Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Basham Shabbat to all the brothers out there. And Shalom, y'all, Shalom, Basham Shah to all the sisters. This is Isupk New Orleans coming out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hunter. And our goal and our mission is to educate blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and First Nation people about their true heritage. A heritage that was stripped from them, you know, taken away from them, you know, been got it out of them, just straight up rape from them. And that's our job. I know you probably see us, on the corners or probably on YouTube, and and that's exactly what we are doing. No, we are not a hate group. We are a love group. We teach our people to start loving each other, start giving your love to another people who does not love you. Love your own will love you back. We're gonna go ahead and get into brotherhood, And the first story I ever remember hearing about brotherhood was, Cain and Abel. Like everybody else. It was more like unbrotherhood. The Bible like to paint a picture like well, not the Bible, but some sources like to paint a picture like Abel was more like a ranch hand, handle sheep, goats, and all that. And Cain was more like a farmer, which that was both further than truth. You had to know how to do both back in those days. You had to know how to do farm and handle, sheep, goats, sheep, lamb, goats, rams, and all that, when it came time for a sacrifice, Adam already taught us some of the law, statutes, and commandments that you give your very best. He go, he lamb, lamb, a ram or anything like that, and offer it to the Most High. And Cain didn't do that. Cain said, I'm keeping my stuff. I can breathe that and sell that, And while Abel, obedient, did exactly what he was taught to do, and Cain did the absolute opposite. Gave us some vegetables. So Abel's sacrifice, sent up that savory smell up to the Most High. It was accepted, while Cain wasn't. And Cain, grew mad at his brother, and for other goals, he even killed his brother. And then didn't want to accept responsibility of killing his brother when the Most High asked him, "Where are your brother?" He said, "I'm all my brother's keeper." Of course you are. You are your brother's keeper. That's when the Most High set that mark on him, he first gonna punish me. He said, "Oh no, please don't. This is more than I can bear." This is more than I can bear. So he put the mark Esau. Okay, so just like Esau, he's just like Cain. He's a murderer from the very beginning. And I ask you, can't tell you don't murder your brother. Love your brother, even though your brother may make you sick at sometimes. Love him. He'll come around. He'll come into this truth one day. Well, that was the first lesson you'll ever learn about brotherhood is the story of Cain and Abel. And why Abel was a son. He said his blood cries from me until from the ground. You have to be a real sadistic person to kill your brother. Whether he flesh and blood or you call him your brother, that's your brother, point blank, and that's it. That's your brother, but that was just the, I guess it was the Most High was setting in motion, the spirit of Esau. He put it off in Cain and put that mark upon Cain. So anybody that see him do not even touch that dude. Not because he was a bad man or this like that. It's just Most High had his mark upon him, and anyone that saw it stayed away from him. Like, man, away, don't even bother that dude, man. The Most High power, got his mark on him, so don't even touch him, you know. And so, and then you have a lot of stores like, who was the first people on the earth, like Adam and Eve was the first people on earth when you go to Genesis 1 and 26, I think 26 and 27, when they say, let's make man in our image. So there was people there before Adam and Eve was ever made in the Garden of Eden. It was already, the people was already populated the earth. They wanted to know where Cain got his wife from. It was, they had people there. They skip over things. They can't help it. They Christianize. They skip over verses. They be right there in their face and want to ask you a question. You got to go back and show them over something they skipped over. Ain't like it's hid somewhere off in some secret page, that the Bible have that nobody don't know about except for us. No, it's for everybody to read if you will read it. We're going to go to the first verse, that we say all the time. Zephaniah 12:1. It says, gather yourself together. Yea, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. And the 12 tribes of Israel are a nation not desired. I remember when I was young, before we fully integrated, you had all kind of black business. You had black corner stores, blacks on 7-Elevens, all the quicker marts, all like that. Say like as deep into the 70s it went and getting close to the 80s, that started disappearing. Next thing you start seeing Elamites come in. You start seeing the Ishmaelites come in. Owning up buying up all the hotels. They used to be black owned and ran hotels. Now all the Elamites run all the hotels, and the Israelites, got their business. Like I said, we was a nation not desired. We got kicked out, of the very thing that we started. That was the civil rights movement. That was our start. But we integrated everybody else into that. They integrated everybody else into their own movement, and everybody else came up except for us. They came up, we went down. Because we allowed, instead of being for ourselves, we wanted everybody to be a part of it. And everybody got paid. We didn't get a plumb nickel. So that's what we got, So as Captain Khan Thayar said, thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King. Thank you for all that you have given us. I'm saying this on Black History, but thank you for all that you have given us. Because we have nothing because of you. Because of your greed and your lust, we don't have a thing. We don't have, only thing we have is to tell our children about some black people that made it way back then. That we just got stories to tell. But we have nothing to give. It's time out for the stores. Start to say, hey, this is who we are. We are the people of this Bible. This is why we're in the predicament we're in. Because we didn't want to follow the law, the Lord's laws. So if they ever ask a question, you can tell them the truth. Instead of telling them no about, that we was captured out of Africa, brought over here. No, that's our history is much richer than that. But Black history, that's where they starts it, being brought over as slaves. When our history go way back, thousands of years back. Like you hear all the other days say, yeah, our civilization go back 3,000 years and this, that. Ours go back just as far as y'all. But they all in consent with each other. Just like Psalms 83. So they all confederate with each other to suppress the identity of the true Israelites of the Bible. They all in confederate with that. They all in one accord to say that the blacks, Hispanic, Latinos, and First Nation people are never mentioned. Never mentioned. We just some niggas, spick, wetbacks, of savages. That's all we are. We not significant, even to be talked about. But that's so much farther from the truth. We are great people. We are people of kings and princes and priests from a royal bloodline. But they don't want you. They don't want our people to know that. The ISUPK under Commander Junior Hunter, we know that. But they don't want us to put that out there. But we're putting it out there any way we can. Whether it's on YouTube or we out on these street corners doing. We're gonna teach our people, don't let nobody tell you you are not nothing. Don't let nobody tell you there's no brotherhood among your kind. There's plenty of it. There's plenty of it. You just taught not to have any brotherhood towards your own. That's like I said before, the Willie Lynch letter. You've been Willie Lynch to death. That programmer made you have not to love your brother, because that was all a part of controlling slaves. That's how Willie Lynch told you how you control your slaves, pit one against the other. But I'm here to tell you, gather yourselves together. Old nation's not desired, because when you gather yourself together and start loving one another, the oppressor has a problem. He has a problem right now. World War III is about to start. It's going to be a whole bunch of little wars. It's going to be a little pitter-patter fight between the rebels before the big dogs come in. And that's pretty much how war goes. The rebels and the whole bunch of guerrilla fight, and then the big dogs step in. But I'm telling you, not Israel, black man, Hispanic man, Latino man, First Nation man, and all the women. It's time to gather yourselves together, because playtime is over. It's over. And the Most High showing you right now, hey, I'm gonna step in. It's gonna be my time to fight. I'm gonna let them do the fighting first, then I'm gonna mop the floor with them. Either you my children or you they children. Make up your mind. We're going to go to Proverbs 17:17. Yeah, Proverbs 17:17. It reads, "A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity." And see, that's what we have in ISUPK. Friends and brothers. So the brother gonna be there. If you die, he die. If he down, you down. If she down, you down. She up, you up. He up, you up. That's what we have in ISUPK. They do as much as they can for you. Go backwards for you. But you respect it. That's what your brother does for you. Might can't do everything. Can't do everything, but you got to respect. What they do. When adversity come, they right there. They ain't ducked off nowhere. They standing right there with you. Hey, you need me to come down there. You need to come up here and stay. They saying all that kind of stuff for you. They got you. They right there with you. They there to help you. Like you say, so anybody can have some fair weather friends, but off in this truth, you got friends in all type of weather. Rain, sleet, or snow. You have a brother. Not just somebody, there when times are good and gone when times are bad. You got a friend, love it at all times. And then when hard times there, their brother right there. He ain't gone nowhere. He there with you till you get things straight. He gonna do more for you than you do for you. That's what you have in the ISUPK. That's why I would say we the home of the truth. Cause ain't no other group, no other organization, be Christianity, Baptist or anything else does that without a price. They do anything like that, there's a price tag attached to that. You gotta kick something down later on down the line for them doing that for you. Why in the ISUPK you don't owe nothing. They did that because they love you. They did that because they want you. It ain't a part of about you there. That's ISUPK under Commander General Hunter, And if you ain't able to be there, they know you there in spirit. They holding their glass up to you. Hey, this brother, the brother that couldn't make it. He'll be drinking right with us. We gonna toast to him. That's how it be. When the ISUPK, all y'all, and these other organizations thinking, you learning about God, you ain't learning about nothing. You ain't learning how to be brothers. You sit up and talk about that brother like a dog, and you're doing those groups instead of trying to help that brother. Showing some brotherhood. You say, you are the Most High. Prove it. Show that brotherhood. Show that sisterhood. Instead of talking about that sister and that regular piece of mesh you got on, give us something out your clothes. Give us some of that fine linen you got. You got it all, so give it to her. You got it all, give it to that brother. That's how you supposed to do. Brother, like I say, if your brother be waxing poor, give it to him. Don't sit there and put him down. I'm gonna go to 1 John 4:20. Mm-hmm. 1 John 4:20, and it reads, if a man say, I love God, and hate his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen? See, that brings you all the way back to Cain and Abel. You saw Abel every day. Everyone said, hey, brother, I love you. He mumbling on his breath. How can you say you love God, but you hate your brother? Let's take hate out the equation. You don't do for your brother. We'll put it that way. You don't do for your brother. You don't do for your sister. You don't try to help them out when you see they need help. That's what that comes down to. We're gonna break that like that. We're gonna take a word out of it. We're gonna say, when you see they in dire straits and in need, where is you then? Is you right there with your brother helping them out, or or you just sit back worried about yourself? So that's real brotherhood right there. And go to 21 and say, and this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also. I mean, if you love God, you love your brother also. The same way you say, hey, you love God with all your mind, heart, and soul, you have to love your brother also the same. Same way. Those are for the first two commandments. We're going to go to 1 John 3:13. 1 John 3:13, and it reads, marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you. Now that you off in this truth, And you claim to be all the lost 12 tribes of nation Israel. Hey, the world gonna hate you because they're gonna tell you you don't know what the world you talking about. Nobody knows who the lost 12 tribes are. They died off long ago. No, we didn't die off nowhere. We were spread to the four corners of the earth, and that's where we are. There's a bulk of us over here in North America, you know, but not North America, but the United States, and some in North America, which is Canada and all that, you know. A lot of us in South America, a lot of us over there in Mexico and Central America,
Yeah.
a lot of us over there, in the Caribbean, West Indies, the UK, you know. That's where we are. Some of us even over there in Russia, over Eastern Europe, a lot of us over there. Some of us over there. That's like I said, a lot of us. Some of us over there. There are many groups claiming to be us, but that's the Most High job. He said he gonna separate the wheat from the tare. So a lot of us claiming to be us, like he always said. Like Revelations, what's that? 29. He said, I know your works and your tribulation, but thou art rich. So I know who the claim they are Jews, but are not. Well, the synagogue of Satan. Yeah, there's a lot claiming to be. There's many people claiming to be the children of God, but they're not. They're from the synagogue of Satan. So I shouldn't have to go quote unquote on who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about? The guys that wear all black with little black hats and the little tassels on their hair. They claim to be us, and it's a thing that tripped me out. Just going through records back in 1948 when the UN was finna give Israel their statehood and give a place on NATO. All the people from the Middle East and the Egyptian people say, how in the world did the children of Judah leave here black and come back white? That was spoken by an Egyptian president. As I remember, so how did that happen? There's no scientific way to explain it. They left black and come back white. So they walked out of there that day, but they came back the next day, didn't say nothing. They got all kind of promises, all kind of gifts, and all kind of that. If you don't say nothing, we know these ain't people of antiquity. We know that, but hey, we can't let these niggas spicks and wetbacks claim their heritage, and we got them in the chokehold or where we at, and we need to keep them there. So, in other words, they went along, which they shouldn't. So now they paying the price. They even came up with a clause called I think it called it the Abraham's Children Treaty. And they didn't, and just like every other treaty that the oppressor ever signed, saying what he gonna do, he broke that. He never kept any treaty. He never showed. He doesn't know brotherhood. He hardly knows it with his own. He does it with his own for gain, really. For as if you're not his brother, he's not showing brotherhood. He's not showing brotherhood at all. And they a lot of people found that out. And we jump to 15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and you know that no murderer hath eternal life abide in him. So you hated your brother, and you're a murderer. No murder. Let's not take murder as just literally a killer. You can be a murderer by murdering somebody's spirit. Murder somebody walking this truth. Turn them about, turn them around. make them feel bad about themselves. You can murder them that way. You know, let's not think about taking someone's life. You know, and it's like, you hate if your brother, you a murderer, and you ain't gonna see the eternal life like so many people think they gonna see. Like they waiting on the rapture. Like I said many times, on the rapture they gonna be hearing. We seeing and hearing is Anita Baker singing "Caught Up in the Rapture of Love." That's the only rapture they gonna know about. For all that when Christ come back, it's gonna be peace on earth. Christ said, "I ain't come to bring no peace. I came to bring a soul. I came to create barriers between father and son, mother and daughter, and so on and so on. I ain't come to bring no peace. Quit lying on me." That's what Christ said he came to do. Like I said, peace. Hey, when I was here, I brought peace. Not when I come back, ain't gonna be no peace. Y'all didn't want to hear me when I was here the first time. Okay, now you gonna feel me this time. Ain't gonna be no hearing. You gonna feel me. No more talking. Talking is over with. I got the ISUPK on the Commander General Hunter sending his priests out there to talk to you. I ain't doing no talking no more. So that's what everybody get confused about Christ. Like he was this big lovable guy, he held the children. I mean, you gotta think about it. If somebody that nice and unimposing and not a threat, who would kill him? You ain't gotta kill him. Somebody like that, you could just talk down, scare him down. He will. He old softy, he old teddy bear. Christ was gangster. Christ went into that temple and seen how they were turned that into a money making business like they do now. And turned over all the temples and whipped all the priests out of there. Do that sound like somebody friendly and cousin love everybody? No, he hated that. You think because you have in your mind that you was born, you was a man trapped in a female's body, or you was a female trapped in a man's body, anything like that. You think Christ loved that? Christ would tell you to your face, you either a boy or you a girl. Quote you some scripture tell you, go and sin no more. That's the real Christ. Christ did not love no homosexuality. Let's go and clear the air on that. Quit lying. You can quit lying on our King. Christ wasn't about that. Christ wasn't about that at all. Christ did not go for no homosexuality. He did not play that at all. I don't know why people love to say, he put up with certain things. No, he didn't suffer nothing. He didn't suffer sin. That's why he told the Sadducees and Pharisees that because of the hardness of your heart, Moses suffered to write you a decree of divorce. And the word suffered, man, he did it. He didn't want to do it because they just might kill each other. He did. He just did it. And Christ came back, told him, hey, there's no such thing as divorce. You don't divorce your wife except case of fornication. She go off and be with another man. And once she go off and be with another man, you are free of that woman. And then a lot of people, you talk to some people and tell them, we can have many wives we want to. That ain't right. Know that you talk to a hoe, because she gonna have more than just you. She gonna have her little dalliances too. And I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna be hard to catch her. Because she's an expert at it. She's an expert at keeping 4-5 men secret from each other. Or if one of them know, he ain't gonna say nothing because he's a duck. He old weakling. You know that. You know that. So just let you know. They know what's going on in here. But be careful, my brothers, my sisters. Get somebody out there in that world. Remember, they don't agree on what you agree on. They don't follow the same laws, statute, commandments that you follow. They'll fake it like they will until their time comes when they feel like throwing off their veil, and then you see the real them. Then you be saying, "What have I done? What have I did to myself?" And that could even happen in the truth. They'll play it up, till you get married. Then you be saying, "What have I done?" No, same thing works on their side. That's why we have this 1 year rule. Some of them play it all the way up to the year. But you're married to a good one or you're married to a monster. Because you don't have enough time to know. Like I said, some of them pretty good at hiding who they really is. We go to Ecclesiastes 7 verse 7. This really, hits home. And it reads Ecclesiastes 7 verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. It's just like we're oppressed all the time. Every day, all day, all year, all the time. And then, here come COVID. Like we already oppressed. As long as it was killing them, it was like, woe is me, let's shut the whole country, let's shut the whole world down. But as soon as it got off them and start hitting these 12 tribes, let's open it back up. Okay, I got an idea. Okay, y'all might not like this, but we're going to give them a little stimulus check. Like I said, a gift destroys the heart, because, we should have been talking, say, hey, how are you going to open everything back up when we dying? No one of our black leaders that say death. What's that? I think that's what Jeremiah 14:2 say, our gates are language, our leadership, it's weak. They supposed to be our protection. And they don't protect nobody but themselves. They do nothing for nobody but themselves. That's kind of leadership you have. That's like when you look at Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, you can't even call Louis Farrakhan a black leader because he believed in Islam. Another, he worshipped the Ishmaelites God. Idol. Talking about God, an idol. He is an idol worshiper. So you really, you all the black leaders you have is here in the Isupk. Except nobody won't talk to our leaders. They'll never have an Isupk on 60 Minutes, Dateline, Barbara Walters show, and they wouldn't even let us on Dr. Phil. Let them try to program. Okay, tell me why you think you was a Hebrew Israelite, really? That'll be the first question he asks. And then you have to bring it down to him. He probably wouldn't even understand. But it says, surely oppression make a wise man mad. It make you mad seeing your brother getting killed by these policemen. Shot down. Pretty much. Okay, let's say he has a wound. He done gave himself up. He done went limp. Okay, put his hand behind his back. They got him cuffed, and then they kneeing him, punching him, spitting in his face, roughing him all up. Then next thing you know, you hear he dead, off in their custody, and they claim they have no clue of what happened. So that's oppression, and then, And if you wise, it makes you mad. Just like what happened with Marbury. You know, ran him down like it's 1960 Mississippi, Louisiana somewhere. You know, chasing down in a truck, cornering him up. You know, and trying to be policemen, policing their neighborhood. But this is what I find it funny. But they love coming through our neighborhood. But you can't go in their neighborhood and just walk, jog, or whatever. No, they looking all out the window with their guns and stuff, ready to blow you off the map. But they want to come in your neighborhood like it's all good. You know, say like so. Pressure makes a wise man mad. And they'll give, hello, sir, how you doing? You know, man, you keep that. I know how you feel about me. You don't have no love for me. You know, if you had the chance to kill me, you'll kill me, wouldn't think nothing of it. And you'll get away with it. I said, a person makes a wise man mad because you don't hear. And now you got it's even you got worse. Now you having school shootings. You got kids carrying guns in school now, way more than it was back when I was in school. So by the time I got to school, that's where they had the first school shooting. That was Columbine over there in Denver. That's when they started though. They say these big guns are fully automatic because of that in a shooting in California where he shot a playground up full of kids. They stopped making you needed a federal firearm license to buy a fully automatic weapon. Now, back then you can just go to any armor surplus store, get you anything fully automatic. But I wasn't quite old enough to buy one then. But by the time they came around, by the time that happened, I had the money to save up to buy one. The gun laws have changed. Then as you go, then you went back, go up 3 or 4 more years. Here they come with the Brady bill where you gotta, they have this waiting period and all that where you can just go in there, fill out this people paper, walk out with a gun. Now you gotta wait, a week. They do that background check and all that. So they know. But they really did that. You think they did that to stop some white oppressor going to shoot up school? No, they stopped you from having guns. They did that all for you, to stop you from having guns, for you can't fight back. Anybody remember Philando Castile had a license to carry. They blowed his brains out in front of his wife and child. This kind of love the oppressor have for y'all, for all you brothers and sisters. Let's say I have Caucasian friends and Elamite friends, Ishmaelite friends, Moabite friends, Ammonite friends. That's how they really feel about you. At any given moment, off goes your head with your friend or no friend. They're no friend to you. Mm-hmm. But you have to let some people bump their head long enough for they'll know who they people are. But they can't help it. They sellouts. They straight up sellouts. They can't help who or what. They so in love wanting to be down with the system that they sell out their own people. They won't even love their own people. And just don't know your people got your back when nobody else don't have it. The oppressors do not love you. No, they do not love you at all. We're going to go to 1 Peter 2:9. This really describes who you are. This is who you are. Damn what anybody else had to say about you. What some oppressor said. Or what some other brother said, or other Jake got to say about you. You know, this is who you are. 1 Peter 2:9. But you are a chosen generation, a peculiar people that should show forth the praise of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. See, that's who you are. That's why the brotherhood is so strong. It's in the Isupk because we know that. And we teach that. We teach that. We try to teach that to everyone. You ain't none of that stuff that them heathens call you. Matter of fact, them terms actually, they say, we was gonna be a byword and a proverb. That's the curses. But you come back into this truth, you become more than that. You come to find out your heritage, where you come from. No, you just didn't drop off no ship or from Africa onto the coast of St. Paul somewhere over in the West Indies and the Caribbean and start working the sugarcane fields. No, you're more than that. You way more than that. So quit letting every year Black History Time. That's where your history start. Start tuning into the Isupk, the Commander Junior Hunter, and he'll teach you your history. Your history go back thousands and thousands of years ago. When you walked the earth, so did the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs did like 1 million and million years ago. Leviathan was in the Bible. A lot of people like to say it's an elephant or anything like that. It had to be something much bigger. When he walked, the ground shook. That's something bigger than the elephant. Mm-hmm. That's something bigger than a hippo or a rhinoceros. Mm-hmm. Romans, what's this? What shit I got? 6:23. So for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord. That's when you have that brotherhood. Like I said, you can love God all you want to. Love him, of course. But if you don't have that brotherhood, that one little law that you don't broke, that's sin. They say, they say for the wages of sin is death. It's death, but through the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ. So you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, you have eternal life. Don't let nobody tell you any different than that. Don't let nobody tell you any different. Because as much as people hate to say it, you need to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. A lot of people don't like it because they claim it's too hard. They claim it's so difficult. They say can't no man do it, but yet you see people doing it all the time. We do it all the time, and then we teach them to do it, but they are stiff-necked people. They do not hear. Neither do they want to hear. All they want to hear is they gonna get this, they gonna get that. That's all they want to hear. No prosperity preaching. That's all they want to hear. They don't want to hear about you loving your brother. Hey, your brother ain't got nowhere to stay. What you gonna do? Your brother is hungry. You got a plate for him? Huh? You got a plate for him? Brother need a few dollars. Gonna give him a few dollars? No, he don't need much. No, what? About $5, $10? No, give him that. So that's brotherhood right there. You ain't trying to buy that brother, but that brother in need, you gonna help him. You ain't trying to buy him at all. Let me see. Jeremiah 3:23, and it reads, truly in vain is salvation hope from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel. And you heard it says, the Lord's salvation is for Israel, not the Israelis, not the Jewish, but Israel, the Jews, Benjamin, Issachar, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, Reuben, Gad. You know, that's what it was meant for. That's what it was meant for. Not for everybody. Just Israel. And so like I said, not the folks over there that's living in our homeland now. No, they don't fit the scriptures. They know they don't, and they hate they don't. Because because like I said, this war is going to expose a lot of things, especially about who they are, what kind of answers they gonna have when they finna look to God chosen people. What kind of answers they gonna have? Well, they gonna open up. They gonna have the Babylonian Talmud on one side, and the Holy Bible on the other side. And the first question will come: so why come you if you got your text here, what you need with the Holy Bible? Yeah, because they need the Bible to back up that old crap they got coming out their mouth from the pagan religions. Why you think Islam quote the Bible? Because they know Gabriel did not go to no illiterate Mohammed and give him the Quran to quote out of. And then you wonder why people are so destroyed and went to Islam. Just because back when we was over in Africa, Muhammad and his band of thugs came over there converting people. You say either choose the Quran or the sword. Everybody ain't no mighty man, so they chose Islam. And that's why, it's so many, you wonder why so many of our brothers and sisters, in the Islamic faith, that is why. There's one reason why, and the other was Elijah Muhammad, back, from back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, they needed something to look up to. And he came at the most opportune moment during the Great Depression, and when black people really needed something because we was dying in the South by the droves. We was getting killed in these hellholes. Well, in fact, we still get killed in them, but just not at the rate as it was back then. Getting hung by trees. I remember Billie Holiday came out with a song. They didn't even want her to even perform it. It was called Strange Fruit. She's talking about how this fruit be hanging from a tree with her. Actually, she was talking about people when she came from the South being hung, lynched. And she couldn't perform that song in a lot of places. So she usually had to go overseas. That's really, that's what got her famous. Then she was like one of the first black entertainers to play at Carnegie Hall and those kind of places. Well, the Edomite establishment, but only the greatest performers perform. You had to be a big deal to perform in those type of places. So you gotta know your history. Know where you come from. And obviously you need to know. The Isupk is the home of the truth. Because it saved my life. I didn't know which way I was going, what to believe in. But thank God, thank God for the priests and prophets of the Isupk. They pointed me in the right direction. We're gonna Matthew 5:48. You gotta always, be vigilant. Because remember, the oppressor is after you. He know what we're doing and the rate we going at. He know we are pulling people in. He know we are talking people, hey, you need to get out of Esau military. You need to get out of Esau police force. We talking that. And pretty soon it's gonna hit home. And I hope, by the time this this war kick off, every 12 tribes that's off in the police force and the armed services walk out of there. Them oppressors, let them fight their own war. The poor oppressors fighting. You don't see JoJo on the other side talking about, well, hey, I'm finna drop these nukes on you, bro. No, JoJo ain't over there. So come on up out of there. Let them fight their own war. You sit back, grab your bag of popcorn and watch. And then come into this Isupk no matter where you live in. Or if you don't have one in your state, call the next state they got one. They're going to call you. You can be in class then. Then you catch the classes on YouTube. Being here 90 days, get your name. Sisters and brothers, get your name. Then you get to find out, then you get find out what you gave up was clearly nothing. It's nothing. You over there fighting a war that has nothing to do with you. This was ordained biblically. This is America, is modern day Egypt, modern day Babylon. That is this place here. And you have no place off in here. Not in their armed forces, not in their police force, none of it. Let them fight. They started this war. This war had been brewing ever since, I say, way before my time, since the 50s. First, it was the space race. Like Russia was the first ones to put a satellite up in space. It was called Sputnik 1. I remember that so good, through school, The U.S. came in, the U.S. was the first. Man, they've been going in it ever since, what's the name? Khrushchev. Ever since then. And think how back, if you look up the word, Khrushchev, you look up the word, it goes all the way back to the 40s and 50s. Way before my time. They always been in a struggle for world domination. And and now this is going to be the last one. And and we got Matthew 5:48, and it reads, "Be you therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." Now, so you want to be just like the Most High. Like I said, He created you in His image. So in His image, if He's perfect, you be perfect. How do you be perfect? By lead law, statutes, commandments, and love my brother as I love myself. That's how you be perfect. Not hard. Not hard at all. Just gotta have to love the Most High, fear the Most High enough to do it. So that's the problem with a lot of people. They don't fear the Most High. They don't fear the Most High at all. They think he joke, some guy like that. They think some of them don't even think he real. They think he a bedtime story just to scare little kids. But even to make His presence known in the nearby future, I hope I'm here to see it, because I want to see it. But if I'm not here to see it, I just imagine, but a lot of fools who have been taught, you can live any kind of way in the Most High, gonna still accept you to His loving arms. Keep believing that lie. Because John 9:31 says the Most High do not hear the prayers of sinners. So if you sinning, He's not hearing you. That's something you might want to remember. If you prayed on something, you get it. He gave you a bill. Okay? You prayed on a house and you got it. He gave you a mortgage for 30 years. He didn't bless you. Now you get that house, you don't owe no mortgage. Only thing you gotta do is pay is taxes and insurance. Yeah, that's a blessing. Yeah, you can call that a blessing if that's all you owe. It's taxes and insurance. You ain't got no mortgage. You got a big old nice house. All you gotta do is keep taxes and insurance on it. Yeah, that's what you call a blessing. Everything you don't call that a blessing. No, you don't call just because you get something a blessing. If you gain some knowledge, that's a blessing. You get off of this truth, that's a blessing. Everybody, you always talk to think if you get some monetary gain or you wanted something real bad, you got it, you are blessed. Man, be blessed that you can pick up this Bible and read it and get some kind of understanding out of it and start living it. That's the true blessing right there. That is a true blessing. For go to Matthew 5:22. Quit thinking all the time just because you get something, you've been blessed. I'm going to tell you, car note is not a blessing. A house note is not a blessing. I mean, instead of retiring at 66, you got to retire at 82. That's not no blessing, you working well into your 70s. You hurt all over. You ain't even walking no more. You just school. You can hardly arthritis all going all through your body, and that's a blessing. Yeah, just 5 more years, I can retire. This house will be paid for, and that car be paid for. All my bills be paid for. You cannot enjoy that. You hurting all over. As soon as you get home, you gotta lay down, throw on the massager pad you got, and lay down on that because your body hurt all over from arthritis because you've been working ever since you've been 16 years old and you're 78 now. Anyway, here's Matthew 5:22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother will find a cause. Whoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. So, it ain't right to call your brother Raka, which means worthless. You have to go for the council. You're going to have to go for the priests. You're going to have to go face the generals. Which I would tell you don't want to do. And then, when you call him a fool, you're in danger of hell yourself. Well, you think you done made it? Yeah, hellfire. That's that hellish condition. The same, you think he a fool because he can't get right. Next thing you know, you can't get right. You off in that hellish condition. You doing bad, don't know for your left from your right. So you might want to think about that. We're going to go to Matthew 18:21. Yeah, Matthew 18:21, and reads, Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7 times? So Peter got a little problem. He's like, Lord, my brother been doing some stuff to me. Every time I turn around, he's doing something. How many times do I forgive this brother for doing this? How many times? You always doing something to me. How many times do I forgive this Negro? And Christ said, and Yahweh said unto him, I say not to thee until 7 times, but to 70 times 7. Now, that's a lot. So I can't even put that, I guess they put 490 times. How we used to use the dialing code, 70 times 7 is 490. That's a lot to forgive a brother. But I wonder, do that mean if it's the same offense or it's something different? But knowing Christ, no matter what he do, Forgive your brother. Talk to your brother. Hey, bro, this is what it is. Blah 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 and that. You know. Or sometimes you just gotta deal with them, at arm's length. That's a brother you can't have around you like that. Cause he gonna be doing something to you. He don't mean good. So or he more trouble than he worth. Or he a lost cause, like just gotta, you love him and everything. But your brother, he always doing something to you. So, that's about the best brotherhood you can show instead of putting your hands on, or feeling ill will to him, you gotta back away from him. You forgive them, but keep them at arm's length. Who can deal with every time you with this brother, he doing something to you. Well, he's saying this or saying that. They kind of work your nerves a little bit. But Christ said, hey, you forgive them. Many times as needed. In other words, if you do something tomorrow, forgive them tomorrow. If you do something Friday, forgive them on Friday. You keep forgiving. You might not want to, but you keep forgiving. That's what brotherhood's all about. Let me go to Matthew 25:40. Matthew 25:40, and it reads, and the king should answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, you have done it unto me. So the king say, you done did it to these little brothers, these that's my brothers, you done did them to me. Well, the ones you count as nothing, but the king count as great, you done did it. You done did it to him. So watch what you're doing. Don't have your nose up there just because this brother a little downtrodden. This king say, hey, as much as you done did it unto them, you done did it unto me. You say they nothing, you call me nothing too. You didn't want to help them, you didn't want to help me too. And that's what the king said. Let me go to 41. Then shall he say unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Now, first, let's get this little straightened out here. Listen, for the devils and his angels. When we talk, we're not talking about that red dude in the red suit, with the horns and the pitchfork, and the tail. No. We talk about this lake of fire that's finna come when these oppressors meet up, and then they all meet up in the Middle East. Yeah, see, that's the everlasting fire that's gonna be going on, because it's gonna be like a lake, a thermonuclear war. The land gonna virtually look like a lake. Whatever was dry land is gonna be like a lake of fire. Because everybody gonna launch bombs. Everybody gonna launch them nukes. What? Everybody gonna launch them nukes. This is not gonna be a pretty war. Right now they're using bullets. After a while, they're going to DEFCON 5. Like I said, quit being fooled about who Satan really is. The oppressor is Satan. Well, not Satan, but he is the devil. He is the deceiver. He is Lucifer. Satan works for God. He is up in heaven, following orders from the Most High. Try him. Okay. Bend his arm a little bit. Let me see how he gonna act. That's Satan's job. Satan's job is is to tempt you and to not follow the Most High, before he can go back to the Most High and give his report. But no, he ain't no strong brother. No, that brother pretty weak. That's Satan's job. No, just like when Jesus was fasting for 40 days, 40 nights. He came to Jesus. See, like I said, anytime Jesus been the actual, had been God in the flesh, there was no way in the world Satan would have went to him. He couldn't have went to him. See, Jesus was an actual, Yahweh Shai was an actual human. He hungered, he thirsted, he hurt, he had feelings, all that, as a regular human. That's why Satan was able to go to him and tempt him with all those things. And he waited to the opportune moment when he had fasted for 40 days. Name somebody can fast for 40 days without falling out dead. The Most High was with him. And that's when Satan came at his weakest point, when he was hungry, he was thirsty, feeling weak and everything, because he haven't ate or drank anything, getting ready, girding himself up for what was about to happen to him. He saying always how he gonna suffer, how he was gonna be scourged, bruised, beaten, and crucified. He was getting himself ready for that. He even asked the Lord, if it's possible, man, pass this cup for me. But if not, your will be done. So like I said, a lot of people have Satan and Lucifer really mixed up. Same word for God. Lucifer is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's the oppressor that the Bible speaks of. And we all know who the oppressor is. The number one oppressor is. We got a lot of oppressors. We talk about the numero uno oppressor that oppresses everybody on the earth from day one. That's who I'm talking about. That oppressor. The oppressor that broke 180 some treaties with Gad and Reuben. That oppressor. That's the oppressor I'm talking about. The oppressor that got to go over here and talk to Putin about not going to war. That's the oppressor I'm talking about. See, those was two oppressors. Trying to get rid of, duke it out like they always have done. So who gonna be king of the mountain? If I can't be king of the mountain, ain't gonna be no nothing. We're gonna go to Luke. Let's see what's that. 6-31. Luke 6:31, and it reads, as you would that man should do to you, do you also to them likewise. Verse 32. For if you love them which love you, what thank have you? For sinners also love those that love them. Yeah, okay. If all the time you think you got love your heart for somebody that's doing for you all the time, what is that? Like I say, even sinners have people that oh yeah, that's my boy. He always coming through with this and with that. You gotta always do something for somebody all the time for to be loved. Sometimes just hello, how you doing? Do we have to be a gift attached to everything? Sometimes somebody just want hey, how you doing? You doing all right? That's You know, that's actually love. You know, you ain't expecting nothing from them every time you see them. Sometimes you just be, glad to see their face, glad to hear their voice, glad they calling, checking up on you. But old Seminary, man, when he got anything, huh? What he got from me? They always looking for something. Old Seminary, you know. So you got to watch out for that, because you coming to the truth, you kind of, be nice, try to be nice to everybody, but you got, you got these snakes out there, you got to be wary. They'll use you up. Mm-hmm. And we go to Mark 12 and 31. We're gonna start 28. Matthew 12 and 28. We'll start right there. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reason together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? And Yahweh shall answer him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Verse 30, and thou shalt love the Lord with thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. Now, you ever want to know what you have to do to call yourself in the truth? Which if you ain't in Isupk under command, you're not in the truth. You're just in a group. You're in a rock band. You come in here, you learn to fear, love the Most High with all your body, all your mind, your heart, soul, and strength. And then number 2, you love your brother also like you love yourself. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. And I'm not talking about a heathen. I'm talking about a 12 tribesmen, just like you. They come from the 12 tribes, blacks, Hispanic, Latino, and First Nation people. Those are who you love. Those are your brothers. That's who you love right there. You ain't got time for the oppressor. The oppressor done had all the time in the world. He done got all the love in the world. So you gotta redirect who you love. You gotta love your own. We go to John chapter 34 and 35, 13. We go to John 13, 34. We go to 35. Yeah, you gotta love your own. It's time out for the foolishness. As you see, the bell has rung. World War III is on the rise. The mountain's gonna be on fire. The earth gonna be on fire. Whose side you gonna be on? The Lord's side or oppressor side? Better hurry up, make your mind up. Or it's gonna be too late. John chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. I tell just to say this, that's actually an old commandment. Then Christ said the stuff. He didn't come to change the law. All the prophets, he came to fulfill. The prophets, all they did was talk about Christ coming. And that's what he did. He came to fulfill all those prophecies. No, the law, statute, commandment didn't die on the cross with him. No, she came on earth on the scene to show you I follow him, so can you. I follow the law. I don't eat no pork. I don't sleep with no heathen. I don't I don't commit homosexuality. I don't cheat my brother. I don't charge him usury. You know, I don't do none of those things. All I do is teach, what the Most High loves. So if I can do it, you can do it. You know, that's exactly what he came here for. You know, 35. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, and you have love one to another. Yeah, that's how our brothers in the Isupk is. We all love each other. We love each other. We all love when we can all get together, and kick it with each other. Like we had camp this weekend. Been a while since we had camp, and it was all love and all brotherhood as usual. You know, like you said, it's a new commandment I give to you, which is actually an old commandment. You're supposed to be loving your brother. That's always been a commandment. Like I said, Christ did bring nothing new on the scene. He did not add, he did not take away. All he did was expound it upon it and showed you it could be done. And so the minute you get that through your head, you pass first base. I'm go to my last scripture, John 15, 12. I'm starting verse 12. John 15 verse 12, and it reads, "This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you." See, just like Christ, he said, "I show you brotherhood, you show the other brotherhood too. I love you, you love them." Verse 13, "Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his brother, for his friends." Yeah, that's how we do in the ISUK. If it comes down to it, we got to lay our life down for our brother. We got to fight for our brother. If it comes down to it, that's exactly what we got to do. And that's how it is. Verse 14, "You are my friends, and if you do whatever I command you, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you." So Yahushua told them everything that the Father told him to tell them. That's exactly what he did. He didn't keep nothing hidden except what the Most High didn't want them to know. Like they wanted to know when he came back, from the resurrection, that or whenever we came on the scene, he said, "If you gonna, you can take back the kingdom now." No, only the Father knows. Only the Father knows that. I don't even know. So that was brother. He taught them how to be brotherly. Because the scribes and Pharisees was teaching, doing everything unbrotherly. They were some unbrotherly type cats. They was still whatever the Romans, whatever the Romans weren't taken from them, they was taking even just as much as the Romans was taken from the people. So they playing double. And Christ came along to crush that. He crushed those scribes and Pharisees. He called them out on every little thing that they came up with, trying to trip them up. To trip them up and try to trap them. And then it got so bad where he couldn't even be seen on the street because they was laying in wait to kill him. So he'll slip away and not be hid, and be hid somewhere. But you know, that's my brotherhood class. I'm priest of also 50 Yahal. I'm gonna say Shalom Bashim Al Shah to all my brothers, and say to my sisters, Shalom Yahweh Shemal Thumb Bashim Al Shah. You know, say thank you for listening to my class, and say say Shalom Israel and Kwam Yashala.